At twilight on Christmas Eve, walking through the frozen city, Windia called out to a crying girl. "What's the matter?" The girl responded, "I've gotten lost." Windia decided to return to the manor with the wayward child. This was the beginning of the nightmare on that holiest of nights. Ah! Grandpa! The beloved old man had collapsed and was covered in blood. Who's there? Merry Christmas! I've finally taken care of that nasty, naughty Mr. Dior. The little girl's already served her purpose. Time to throw her out with the garbage. Now I've got my little presents, there's no more use for you. Bye! And a Merry Christmas to one and all. This is a Deathsmiles IIX all level 3 TLB playthrough, and I'm gonna pick for this Follette. I'm pretty sure she's broken. And a Holy Night level 3. On this Holy Night, we do like an American sitcom on ad break and repeat the last line. Bye! This is bad. The witching notes have been stolen. We're gonna be in so much trouble if they're misused. Grandfather, get a hold of yourself. What should I do? If I leave him like this, he'll... there's still a chance. We might be able to save him if we get them back. And so we begin our adventure. Originally released in 2009, this is Deathsmiles II, the sequel to the hit cave Halloween-themed horizontal shoot-'em-up Deathsmiles, but this is the X version, a console-specific version made for the Xbox 360 the following year, and which was re-released by City Connection last year, 2022, on modern consoles, which means we have less slowdown. Got it? You can also shoot behind, but I don't like that. So here it is, Merry Christmas. Everybody's having fun. We're going to look to the future now, because it's only just begun. There are many things you'll notice as we go through this idyllic Christmas town. Firstly, that there's revenge bullets galore. Yes, unlike the first Deathsmiles, you get revenge bullets appearing within the first minute. Even on level 1, you can make them appear on certain enemies, as long as you get that first counter in the bottom left-hand corner up to 1,000. And for fans of the first game, getting that counter up is when the fun begins. But I'm holding back on activating my power-up, and not just for the sake of various encoders, because this is a TLB run, and like most caves, there is a requirement. And for anyone that has seen my other runs, I am a scrub, so we need to make this as easy as possible. My little dragon friend gobbles up the yellow revenge bullets, he's a hungry lad, and now just for some bats up before. Lily the red-nosed reindeer didn't have a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you wouldn't say it even glowed. No, you can't kill Rudolph, but we can take care of the giant reindeer, Lily. But if we're going to face up against Rudolph, I'm going to point blank the nose with a little bit of dodging. See the heart in the middle of Follette? That's my hitbox. That's what the bullets need to hit. I promise you, I'm not cheating. There's nothing really to dodge with these snowballs, but I need to power up soon and use my targeting magic. And there we go. Is Santa dead? No, but we now have things to collect. Yay! Bow bow! Bow bow bow! Bow bow! They all flew away. We've got to hurry and get them back. Bow bow! Bow bow! Bow 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 bow! Bow bow! Bow. If the wishing notes are played back in proper order, any wish will be granted. Bow bow. We might be able to heal the grandfather's wounds with their power. Bow bow. Bow bow bow. Bow bow. And the obligatory random images for the stage clear. And now we have a choice for the next stage, 1 of 4, but we need to do them all. Let's do the most annoying one first, Maze Level 3. and into the blinding white darkness. And what's more Christmassy than realising your extended family have rather questionable viewpoints and deciding instead to wander through an ancient Greek-inspired maze with music very reminiscent of a late-game Zelda temple? Yes. So I'm still in power-up mode and my counter is going down rapidly. For everything that I kill, I get a blue bullet hovering in front of my face. That's not very nice. If I use my targeting magic, then they all disappear, but the circle around my character depletes a little. Normally, this would be a problem, something to manage, but there are so many enemies to refill it that it's rarely a factor. And back to normal, you'll see there are plenty of rings, and these are what is filling up my counter, and the best way to generate these normally is to point blank enemies. There is also the second counter just underneath, which will continue rising until 10,000. And like the original Deathsmiles, if you're playing for score, then you want to wait until this hits 10,000 to activate it, because then the score escalates quickly into the millions. I am not playing for score though, I just need to survive. I already have my first extra life at 20 million, the next and last is at 100 million, and that's good enough for me. So as we have Christmas jellyfish, let's explain the blue bullets. So if I wait a little while to dispel them, then the screen is filled with point bonuses. If I was playing for score, then I could wait until the power-up is almost over, blow up the blue bullets, and when in normal mode, collect the point items to near instantly refill my counter. I try to do it there and fail miserably. It's not the end of the world though, as we go towards our next Christmas-themed foe. Oh Christmas bug, how lovely are your long legs. Oh Christmas bug, of all the bugs most lovely. Even Marcus Phoenix must celebrate Christmas. So this is a level added just for the console version, therefore they doubled down on the festive spirit with this choice. It's not hard. There's going to be some targeted blue shots that I'll need to move slightly out of the way of. And there is the second. I want to finish somewhere around the middle so I can go straight through. Yep, second part of this phase. I'm hoping to do enough to stay in the middle and not move around too much. Yes. Second phase. I don't like the timing with this boss and the targeting magic, so I activate power up immediately, but for this I have to keep an eye on the enemy life bar. Head down, below, through these shots, back up, and is this enough? I think so. Targeting magic? Or not? Oh, phew. And it had buried deep inside it a magical, golden, musical note. Ew. Off we go to the next stage. This choice is important because of cake. We need to be at least level 2 or 3 to activate the cake. For Demon from the Depths. And nothing makes a Christmas day better than a trip down to the cave to pick up another bottle of bubbly. Unfortunately, this one is filled with snakes and someone hasn't cleaned up the walls in a very long time. There's slimes everywhere. So I've picked Follette not only because of how stupidly powerful the dragon is when point blanking, but also because of how you control Bobo. I mostly use a slow shot, more powerful but slower moving, and that locks Bobo in place and means that I can better control the yellow bullets spewing out of both sides of these falling rocks. Only on level 3 does this happen, it doesn't matter which order you take it. But order does matter, and that's why this is the third stage. Much like the original Deathsmiles, there are power-ups to be found, and if you play this as the third stage and play it at level 2 or 3, then a second giant snake will appear. If you kill this giant snake with targeting magic, then cake will appear, which will refill one whole bar of life. It also tastes delicious, probably full of rum. It is Christmas. It's also not a bad stage for points, as you can hopefully see from shooting this rock. I will now escalate up to points and hopefully end this by around 70-80 million points, and aiming for a second bar of life at the end. With Bobo eating the yellow bullets, it also contributes to upping the counter, so even if you're not at 10k, that shouldn't be the case for too long. Here we have the pigs, they are back from the original, but not for long, and the first giant snake is coming. I can just shoot it normally here though, and you can see that sometimes the blue bullets whiz by you quickly. That can cause some irritating hits. Like a bullet hell, you don't move too rapidly. No longer a problem, but in the last phase I've got the final bar of life and max power. Ideally I want to finish normal stages with at least 4 bars of life. The cake does give an opportunity for less resetting. Here is a second snake. I want to hit it a little bit first. No, I've hit it too much and I couldn't use my targeting magic, but thankfully I've got full life, so I didn't need it anyway. The cake would have been just a point bonus. Bullets will explode. On the third stage of Christmas, my true love sent to me 3 giant snakes, 2 types of shots, and a partridge in a pear tree. Nightmare from the Well, heavy snake. I can't do any Metal Gear impressions. There's a gap between the blue ones. I sneak on through. The power-up ending cancels the bullets, and I can go point blank to hopefully build it back up. Hate this boss on the arcade mode, but in this version, it's surprisingly simple. Just have to get to 1,000 and do some tactical espionage action to the other side. Okay, we're going to dodge this a little bit. Power-up time, and now time for some targeting magic. Ooh. So why am I finishing all of the bosses with targeting magic? Later, my friend, later. But it's pretty much in the title. Again, my decision is based purely on my belly. Haunted Ruins, level 3. Into the shadows and the ruins, and it's a Scooby-Doo Christmas special. In order to get the next golden magical musical note, we need to solve a murder mystery. This was the first and last polygonal shmup that Cave made, and I can't help but want to play House of the Dead as we go through this level. Zombies lurching from nowhere, that makes me want to reach for my night gun. You can hit enemies in the background by using targeting magic, but that of course activates power up if my counter is high enough. I like to block out the scream in my head. It's not very Christmassy, but it's relevant to the stage because here is when I realise it's at level 3 and I have to dodge all of these. Come on, not very successfully. That's fine though, because there's cake up ahead. Again, if you play this as the 4th stage on level 2 or 3, then there will be cake, as long as I remember this time to kill the enemy with targeting magic. I cannot let the chandeliers hit the ground, so I have to alternate my shots between left and right. This is probably the only shoot 'em up I prefer using a controller for, because I can map the directions of the shots to the shoulder buttons. So we are coming up to the end, and it is one of these enemies coming up that has a cake. Not this one though, but I do want to get close for the counter. Is that enough? Yes, yes, you have the cake. I can smell it. Alright, targeting magic, and there it is. It's only one slice though, which means half a point of life is refilled. You can get hit 2 ways. A bullet will take a full point of life off, but hitting an enemy directly will only take half a point of life off. You can only go down to the next level, so I have 4.5 hit points, and being hit by a bullet will not take me down to 3.5, but rather just down to 4. So that slice of cake does the same thing as an entire one, except I'm still hungry. There are portals on the wall with giant hands popping out. Nothing weird about that. As long as I have Bobo at the front, these are easy to kill, with the massive damage from point blanking with a flamethrower. There will be more yellow bullets now, but really nothing to worry about since he's locked in place. Also, these bullets are a lot, but they are generously spaced out. You can see a book floating at the very right hand side, and now I'm hitting something. Bad book. But it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look at a nice older man to kill us once again with candy canes and bullets galore. I do enjoy how it calls him a nice older man. Tamikos, a refined gentleman. There was no one who could translate middle age. I need to stay near and shoot his head, but the game goes no, have some bullets instead. But as you can see, there is a gap in the streams. I just need to edge forward to every possibility. There we go, second phase, and he's going to charge at me like a Christmas rugby game, leaving utter carnage in his path. Let's shoot his face and power up to cancel the bullets. Back he goes, and one more charge with targeting magic. Dead. Such a nice older man. Shame he tried to shoot me. Yoink. Now for the final choice. We have no choice, but still 99 seconds to select the difficulty level, I suppose. The City of Despair. And imagine you're the developer of a game, a Christmas game, and you have to do reconnaissance for the perfect location of one of your stages. You nailed the first one, then realising it's too cold, you head off to Lecce instead in southern Italy, because nothing combats despair better than a nice bowl of fresh pasta and an even bigger jug of limoncello. This is the easiest stage, this is why I'm doing it last. Much like the town stages in Deathsmiles I, some are just trivial even at level 3. And we are going to come up to slimes in the background in a moment. Targeting magic would be very good to hit you, but I power up now with barely any point potential. Not to say I'm that bothered, but there is a trophy in the latest version for reaching 1 billion points that I'd like to get one day. Which is a little bit harder in this version because of the slowdown issue. Talk to the community and they'll stress the importance of getting the slowdown right, arcade perfect, because it's a factor in the difficulty, strategies, etc. Deathsmiles II, they pretty much removed all of it. Look at a 360 clear video, it's 34 minutes without cutscenes. With the amount of rings, revenge bullets, enemies in general for this last stretch, there would have been slowdown, and now, okay, there is a little bit of slowdown coming up for this explosion, which is probably baked in, but the rest is silky smooth. And now, it's the most wonderful time of the year, with the buildings are shaking and everyone telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year in Lecce. The trick is not to move too much, the spirals contract and expand, the main thing is to stay near the straight shots and stay towards the right as much as possible. At this point, it's just a case of moving forward, point blanking until the next phase. And I need to power up at some point, but I'm going to save it and do a bit of dodging. To the back I go, dodge, 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 power up, and now targeting magic for the rest, starting now. Ooh. And the last normal stage is done. Off we go. Where to? As is customary, we have a little break now for story and horrible voice acting by me. When there, Casper. Rosa, Rosa. Did something happen? Grandpa, he's dead. Huh? That can't be. His body's going cold about a minute. It's all my fault. I killed him. No, it's not your fault, honey. It was Santa Claus. It was all his doing. There might still be a way we can save him. Huh? If we gather all the wishing notes, we can ask for anything. We can wish him back to life. Really? You mean heal? There's still a chance. We gotta hurry. We've got to hurry to the fairground because it's time to play. So this is the second new stage, first being the maze for the X version. The original arcade version did not have an EX stage, despite showing a big empty piece of the map. And this lets us live out our dreams of 15 minutes ago. We are going to kill Dumbo, then kill Santa. Over and over again. So I know it came out very much afterwards, but this makes me want to play Nier Automata again. We have pigs on the Ferris wheels, perfect time for targeting magic. I'm the only one who can have fun here while I try to resurrect my grandfather-like figure by trying to do something different, like Ryohazuki avenging his father by playing Afterburner in Kowloon. But this stage is important for the TLB because, and I can reveal the requirements now, I need to kill all of the bosses with targeting magic. Even the one at the end of this stage. You couldn't select difficulty, but it's dependent on what you did before. So, if you selected all level 1, then the EX stage would be significantly easier. And this is a stage which suffers from the lack of slowdown from a difficulty perspective. But it's going to get more interesting for the boss. Right now, it just means I have to be trigger happy with the targeting magic button to dispel the blue bullets. There is a risk of a hit there, but nicely done so far. And for both of the elephants have left me enough space. Oh. It's worth pointing out, in case it's not already apparent, the bullets have their own hitboxes, which is smaller than the graphic. That's why I can hit the edge of the big ones and survive. Bye bye piggies! And it's boss time. Eventually, need to admire what is most likely modelled on Port Talbot in Wales. Jingle bells, that bear smells, bad bunny, go away. Oh, what fun it'd be to ride on a one-horse open sleigh, but Lily's dead. And now your turn. Ruining Christmas one present at a time, it's Mad Teddy and Mad Bunny, and all they want to do is hug. Aww. Gotta give the people what they want. Bullets without slowdown, but there is a gap, I'm not entirely sure where. Okay, there is a bomb, and the dragon goes, the dragon comes back. We have 3 bombs per life, may as well use them. Cinder blocks start falling from the sky, armed with bullets to the side that will come ever closer towards me. It's at this point I learn to stop worrying. And love the bomb. Enough for a power-up, I hope. No Kung Fu kick at the side. I have been hit, but it's not a full hit, only a half point off. And now for the power-up. I only get my bombs back when I lose a full point of health, and they're going for another hug. No, I'm an awful person. Phase 2, and I'm going to go in the middle of this red box of doom. Inside, the bullets are targeting my direction, so I move from one side to the other, through them, and the bullet cancel helps. One more time. And I need to remember the targeting magic during their magnificent dance. Let's do this. And done. And a cinder block to the head. It's okay though. They're not real. They were tiny. I feel like I needed to do something else now though. Oh yes, I needed to go save Mr. Dior. Oops. Off to the Chateau, or the Bewitched Palace, whatever it is. Story time. This is the place, and this last note is in this palace. Santa Claus is there too. Bobo? Bobo, Bobo. 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 It's those illusions he's created. Don't let them trick you, Bobo. Bobo! In theory, my little trip to the fairground should make this stage harder, but I never noticed a difference. And much like my early Christmases at my grandparents', I could either read the Daily Mail or play with the chess set. But it was never this deadly. And finally, a tentative link to Christmas I can latch back onto. Is this worse than the original? Yes, definitely, as will be shown by the incredible lack of variation in the first half of this level, but it's still enjoyable, and with the recent console versions you get both in the same package. There is also the same level of satisfaction by pulling off the end sections without being hit, much like the original by weaving through what seems like Dracula's castle. I can't consistently do it, but I'm not worried at this point because I have the lives, which means I also have the bombs, or I will have the bombs if I ever get hit again, which may be at this moment because of all the chest-like pieces will come from all angles. No, not this time, but we go again, and the joys of a 3D environment means we can rotate, move in, move out, all the wonderful things, but of course at the end of the day I'm just focusing on the bullets and hoping for the best. There's cleanup to be done, and I'm going to have to sweep up and down because chest pieces don't move very quickly. Why is that knight moving in a straight line? Game, please. There is law to be adhered to. Too many bullets. Power up, power up, power up. Now the pawns are going to be launched like rockets, so I need to switch left and right. We are going to have bishops, which can only shoot in one general direction. That's fine, we'll take that. Like the arms in a haunted mansion, I sit back and shoot forwards. Not that this relative tranquility will last though, I can feel it in my bones. It's the last level after all. Hell's coming, here it is. Must remember to cancel the blues. Oh, I think I've made a mistake here, too many maybe. No, that's the worst of it. Oh, okay. I've only lost half a point. Chest pieces think they're clever, they're all hiding under this bridge, but I figured out their little game, so Bobo's just going to stay there. Go on, Bobo, lunchtime. But if it did get a bit hectic, then I would use my targeting magic to sort it out. The pawns will come out in a circle, but not surround me. That's a big mistake. And now we have 2 queens? That's just cheating. just like I did repeatedly as a kid. Okay, that's fine. Because the patterns are predictable and there's a nice path through, but the pawns are joining the fray, and that's not very fair. It's getting a bit more difficult. Power up. Not that it stops the dodging for long, because both queens are dead. Long live the... not sure what's left. Do one of your pawns want to take over? Yeah, I get it. A lot of pressure at the top. Just continue doing your thing, and I will continue doing mine. Up and down, dodging slightly. Most of these are in a straight line. I just have to worry about the blue bullets, and everything will blow up in the end for me to go to the next half. Game. Do you realise one of my favourite horizontal shoot 'em ups of all time is Blazing Star? Do you think it phases me having to shoot creepy babies? And very large babies as well? I'm a child of the 90s. I've seen everything. Again, I have to compare this to the first game, which had a bunch of people dancing merrily in the air, interrupted by some statues coming to life, filling the screen with bullets. It's not just the sacrifices in the transition in 3D, but also in imagination. I shoot some cherubs, I shoot some snakes, then we're done. Yes, they are in the background, but it's just not worth it. I'm going to save my power up for the interesting moment, and this isn't it. Okay, we have coming up the second and final snake, point blank. And I position Bobo slightly above to get good coverage for the end. This was originally a 4-3 game, and it shows nothing is happening at the edge of the screen. Oh, hello Santa, I'm gonna kill you. There you are, Santa Claus. I won't let you do as you please, and give me back the wishing note. Don't think I will. But if you let me squeeze those big marshmallows... What? What? I might think about it. What? Bobo! 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 Bobo pervert! Bobo Bobo! A pervert? How rude! I won't forgive anyone who uses that taboo word. Yarr! If you don't hand it over, I will take back the last of the wishing notes by force. And I'll just have to squeeze those marshmallows by force. Oh, Cave. Cave. I won't lose so easily. Santa baby, throw a couple of bullets spewing clouds for me. I've dodged a lot so far, Santa baby, so hurry up and die tonight. I've got a lot of bombs to spam, but not anymore, that was the last one. So, Santa baby, I see your first phase is quite small. I can't really wait that long, Santa baby, so hurry up and die tonight. Bow. Nope, not that. I think it's going to be a little bit too long. And now he's going to the background. Some targeted shots should help, and expert dodging. So far we have both of those, but it'll get a little bit harder. There are gaps to go through, but now comes the big one. And... oh, look at that expert micro dodging. Completely intended. I'm ready for Hibachi. No, I'm not. And he's back. Santa baby, think of all the fun you've missed. Think of all the fellas you haven't kissed. Because we're done, phase 2. Now I'm angry. No more playing around. What's the matter? Santa Claus. Bobo bigger. Here I come. Okay, second phase, and hopefully this is going to be quick. There are small bullets, but not very fast moving. You still need to watch out though, because there is a little trick. After a little while, they change direction. That's the last boss of Progrit, is it not? Doesn't matter. There's not much left in this second phase, but I think there's one more attack. I just need to stay close, especially with Bobo. And... nope, that's too close. And I'm hit. But one last sliver of health, phase 3. And this is the hardest. Need to time the targeting magic properly. Portal opens. Cherubs galore. And 1 bomb. 2 bombs. Power up. Target. And cake. That means we've activated the TLB. Well, that means it's time to translate hard-coded Japanese subtitles using the Google Translate phone app and a very steady hand. So, here comes the portal. What could be inside? Ha 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 ha. It's been a long time since I've been here. I'm in the original world. The present moment is about changing my world. Disturbing East and West capitals are required to leave. That made no sense. But here is the most disappointing TLB of all time because the cake gave me 2 extra life bars. We're fine. There's no slowdown, so I won't bother. Pigeon blood Jitterbug from the first game. Time for bomb spam. There is a gap. Watch me miss it. But that just gives me more bombs. But I'll wait a little bit. I'm a good girl. Bomb spam. And second phase. 2 bombs left. We are done here, Jitterbug. I have the shmup equivalent of the high ground. And 1 and a bit. And we're done. You're here. Shimogi Kaiba, more mighty weapons coming. I need to grab you and fly away. Rewatch Nagi. Clam? Yeah, I don't know either. Thank you, Google Translate. So, for the first ending, where Santa died. Hey, look over there. The Door of Light is pulling in Santa Claus.
No, I don't want to go back to the world of demons.
You're the one who opened the door after all. This is divine retribution. Think about what you've done in the world of demons.
Help!
It's finally over. I am the omniscient and omnipotent Kamina Aura, also known as God. Says there, God. Ye lost souls, speak 5-ish. Please, you have to bring grandfather back to life. It's very important. Bring grandpa back to life. Please. Please. Grandpa, please. Very well. I will grant thy wish. And this is the moment where we bring our ocarinas out. Oh, it seems I fell asleep. I must say, it was a dreadfully cold sleep. Is someone there? Why am I Australian? I'm so glad you're alive again. I'm alive all thanks to your effort. You have my deepest gratitude. It seems today is Christmas. As thanks, I will grant your heart's desire. Please ask anything of me. Now, if you're streaming this, what should I do? If you're streaming this, never say yes. Don't risk it. I don't need anything. I am happy just knowing you're safe and that everyone's here with me. For that, you truly are an earnest, kind-hearted girl. Now apparently I'm a farmer. Life went back at the Dior Manor and Follette decided to oversee the angel's studies. See, it's just like I said a minute ago.
See, it's just like I said a minute ago. I'm Follette, I'm a dragon. Let's take a break.
You can't stop in the middle of solving that problem, Casper. And you never came back after taking a break.
Aww.
Today is another peaceful day at the Dior Manor. But there was another ending. Though gravely injured, Jitterbug returned to his family in his own world.
Your incurable illness. You mean to say you've been healed?
Yes, all thanks to Mr. Dior's healing magic.
That's right. Seems it wasn't so incurable after all. It truly all thanks to Mr. Dior.
I see. I thought I was sure I would lose everything. Oh, I'm so sorry.
And they lived happily ever after. It was a Christmas miracle. Or perhaps that is yet to be decided. Either way, for the moment, this story ends here. Yet none know when or where the door of light may open next. It may even be somewhere closer than you think. When that day comes, let us meet in Gilverado. And with that, I bid you adieu. But not quite, because there are credits. But that was it for Deathsmiles IIX. Every single level at level 3 with the TLB and 2 endings for the price of 1. This version is available on all major consoles and Steam, and also includes the first Deathsmiles, so it's very much worth it. That is it from me. Enjoy the credits if that's your thing. Merry Christmas, and we'll do this all again next year. Yo ho ho ho. Toodles.